Many ants are surprisingly homeless. This is what most upper-class individuals fail to realize. As of today, there has been a high amount of lower-income ants searching for homes to live in. Citizens often complain about the constant overcrowding of ants while forgetting the pain endured by those who are bugged with ants in their homes. Ants who seek for homes have become a problem for innocent citizens. One citizen was charged with ant murder and served about 64 years in prison, while another was robbed out of house and home.
The cops are not stopping this. Time and time again we are being harassed.
A 2016 social experiment stated that many ants seem to crawl predominantly into upper-class homes. When questioned why upper-class of all, it was stated that ants preferred a more luxurious life, seeing that they've been homeless all their lives. It was agreed upon that in order to combat the ant infestation, we'd have to create separate homes. With the help of Dr. Albert Dulermo, my team and I were able to legally introduce ant homes. Today our fundraiser has managed to get the attention of the President, allowing us to freely provide a clean and well-secured shelter for ants. We were able to create huge houses and mansions in order to allow ants to have their own living space. As of 2024, stats from the Fruit Cave have proven that less people complained over the constant ant infestation. More after the break.
The man who showers not.
Tonight on the Micheal Salinger show, we were greeted with a strange request from a man who claimed that at the age of 18, he stopped showering.
Yeah, I'm a bad boy. We don't take showers here, yo.
30-year-old Charlie Ohio has become what his parents dread the most, a shower phobiac, a known disease in his family dating back to his great-grandfather, from his father's side of course. Charlie, however, denies these claims. In his defense, he was thrilled with the idea of being young, wild and rebellious, so much so that once he left high school, he transitioned into the more hippie side. Unsurprisingly, his rebelliousness started to take a toll on his relationship with his parents. In one incident, his father said, and I quote, "I never raised you to be this rebellious. I mean, not brushing your teeth or cleaning your room is one thing, but now this has gone too far." Charlie requested an invitation to the Micheal Salinger show in order to clear the room of all the misconceptions. First, we'd like to thank all the people back at home for all the support we've been receiving, especially after last month's controversial episode. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Ohio and his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ohio. Is it true that in light of the current situation, the two of you have often thought about a divorce as a solution?
Well, I wouldn't say that's quite true, but I have to admit that my son's putrefying behavior has caused quite a stumbling block between the two of us.
And what would you say in response to that, Mrs. Ohio?
Yes, my son is quite a disappointment, really is.
Could it be that your son's behavior may have something to do with his upbringing?
No, not at all. I taught my son everything he needs to know, from frisbee to baseball, and yet he still chose the wrong path. It's those friends of his, you know. Never once did he listen to me when I told him to get honorable mates.
Yes, that's very true, love.
If I were to ask your son the very same question, do you think his response would be quite duplicated?
Yeah, ask him whatever you want. I've lost hope in that young man, I'm telling you.
Charlie Ohio, You were arrested last week for disorderly conduct. The sheriff's department then stated that the way you smelt made many people feel assaulted. What is your response to this?
It's my dad, you see. He never supported me, always looking down upon me from a very young age. It's funny you mentioned that because he used to struggle with showers as well.
Now listen here, you.
Well, that's true, honey. You used to have quite an older problem.
Yes, well, I changed for the better. What about him?
Mr. Ohio, am I interpreting this correct? Even you struggled with showers?
All right, I admit it. It's a family thing, you see. But I knew the wrong path, and where it would lead. I may have been peer pressured by my mates, but I stood my ground firm and steady. Ain't that right, love?
Mr. Ohio, have you ever tried putting yourself in your son's shoes? I mean, not all of us have the gift of learning how to overcome peer pressure.
Never once did he notice me, always bringing me down and telling me I should be a politician one day. Ask him what he did to my little teddy bear named Arthur.
Mr. Ohio,
Now look here, you. Don't try and weasel your way out of this.
Mr. Ohio, what did you do to the teddy bear?
Well, you see, my wife wasn't helping me out in bed, you see, so I used the teddy bear.
We have to agree that both parties are at fault here. If the two of you would just shake pouches and hug it out, I think you'll see each other in a different light.
I apologize, son. I can see where my hypocrisy has negatively affected this family. I love you, son. I hope that you can forgive me.
Hey, Dad, you don't know how much that meant. I promise I'll start taking showers again.
We now would like to recite a poem by Arthur Ledley. O you who waiteth in the dark, seeking for someone to prowl on, in retrospect, had I known your deceitful plans, my heart would not have fallen in the depths of despair. O you who standeth at the gate, longing for someone to love, had I known what I know now, my heart would not have fallen in vain. Arthur Ledley, royalty-free poems.
Kiss me goodnight, Sergeant Major. Tuck me in my little wooden bed. We all love you, Sergeant Major. When we hear you calling a show-a-lay, don't forget to wake me in the morning and bring me in a nice hot cup of tea.